So Russia has launched a full-scale invasion of Ukraine. Let's have a look. Russian forces have attacked Ukraine after Vladimir Putin announced he had authorized a quote special military operation in the country's east. However, this seems to be way bigger than just a special operation because the forces have not just moved into eastern Ukraine, not just into those two regions or two states held by, mainly held by Russian rebels, Luhansk and Donetsk. Now, this is way bigger than that. There have been naval landings at the port of Mariupol and Odessa in the Black Sea, and also tanks have crossed into northern Ukraine as well, and aerial bombardment has started of Kiev, the capital. So let's continue. Russian media on Thursday reported Putin saying he had approved a special operation in the Donbass region of Luhansk and Donetsk. However, it appeared to be a full-scale attack targeting the airport and key buildings in Kiev, and there was chaos in the city center. So, Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky made a brief national address to say that he was declaring martial law and that Ukraine would, quote, win. Putin had just launched a full-scale invasion of Ukraine, he said on Twitter. So peaceful Ukrainian cities are under strikes. He continued, this is a war of aggression. Ukraine will defend itself and will win. The world can and must stop Putin. The time to act is now. I think what Ukrainians and what the world learns from Ukraine is no, the world is not going to act. Russia has nuclear weapons. Ukraine does not. And by the way, Ukraine had nuclear weapons and they were taken away from Ukraine. So anyway, the world is not going to act. The US is not going to act. There's going to be sanctions. But how much are sanctions really going to do? I don't know. Maybe they can do big damage. I'm not sure. But let's see. I mean, so far the pipeline, the Nord Stream 2 pipeline that sells gas from Russia to Germany, has been put on halt, and that's actually a big blow to Russia because that pipeline and those gas sales would have provided tens of billions in revenue to Russia, over the next few years, and that's going to go away now. But it's not a fatal blow to the Russian economy because that money from the pipeline, it's not something that's going to be taken away from Russia. That's potential income that is not going to come in anymore. So anyway, the UN head Antonio Guterres condemned Russia's actions. He said, "In the name of humanity, bring your troops back to Russia. In the name of humanity, do not allow a war to start in Europe, which could be the worst war since the beginning of the century." I know it's too late. The war has already started. So Russia's ambassador to the UN, Vasily Nebenzia, who is the current president of the Security Council, admitted to fellow members of the council that special operations had been launched. He said the aim of the operation is to protect the people who for 8 years have been suffering genocide at the hands of the Ukrainian regime. Like and subscribe.